Hi everyone, this is Bob Atkinson with Arkansas Shooters, and we're here today with John Holdaway of Nighthawk Custom Training Academy, and we have a few questions for John. John, if you're like me and you shot in your first few competitive matches and you want to improve, can you give us 3 things to address or directions to go in if you're a new shooter, new to matches, and you really want to get better as quickly as possible?
Bob, I think those is probably one of the great questions, and I hopefully have some advice. And I want to just share a quick story with you so that I can answer this question. You kind of understand where I'm coming from. I originally started shooting before it was even called IPSC or USPSA, and it was called practical shooting. And I began shooting in the late 70s. And so, you know, then the pistol craft sport was kind of in its infancy. Jeff Cooper was doing his thing, and we were kind of developing the techniques. You know, one of the things that you can rest assured right now is that the practical shooting sport, for the most part, the techniques of the discipline have been codified. And by codified, I mean this. It doesn't mean that every question's answered and there's only one way to do things. But what it means is that we have established that there's certain things that work for everyone, certain things that work for some people, and you can kind of rest assured that if I do these things, I'll get better in the following way, until maybe this doesn't work for me, or maybe I need to do something different. So the first thing I'm going to recommend is this, Bob. You come out, you've shot, you've kind of enjoyed everything. Well, it's kind of like any other sport, Bob. I would encourage you to get either some lessons or some training in a group situation. Now, I can tell you, and this is not a shameless pitch for Nighthawk Custom Training Academy, but we offer a couple of things. The first thing we offer is this. We offer an introduction to IDPA and an introduction to USPSA. Both of those are taught by master class shooters, and what they basically revolve around is we take the rule book, we take the game, and we break it down, and we say these are the rules that you're going to be asked to follow when you shoot these matches. What I find is a lot of new shooters, they come out and they understand, okay, I want you to go over here and put 2 rounds on this target, 2 rounds on this target, 2 rounds on this target, run over here, do this, this, and this. Well, they know what I've told them to do, but they don't understand what are the words that we're going to use in a course description to describe that. Why do we ask you to do that? How do you put these different things together so that someone can give you a kind of a jargon description of what's going on, and you know what they want you to do. Once you've got that and you know what is expected of you, then you can begin to concentrate on running the gun rather than running your body. And that sounds kind of funny, but once I've mastered what it is they want me to do, then I can focus on getting better on this. So the first thing I encourage people is come to take a basic class, learn the rules of the game, learn how to shoot it based on the requirements of that safely. So learn what the commands are: load and make ready, you know, shooter stand by, B, unload, show clear. You know, all the words that they're going to ask you to use, they're going to use for you, but they ask you to know what they mean. The second thing, Bob, is this. One thing I can assure you is I can see things that you can't see about you, and you can see things about me that I can't see about me. So 2 suggestions here that'll work interchangeably. The first one is get a video camera and shoot on video. It is painful, I know, to watch yourself shoot. It's painful for everyone, but it breaks it down so that you can begin to see what's happened. Now, there's a lot of videos on the internet of what I call first-person shooting, where it's the guy who has a little video camera on his helmet and he's shooting through the match. That's great, but what I'm encouraging you to do is set up a camera third person and then observe the things that you're doing as you shoot a period of drills, or go out with someone who's better than you, or take a lesson so that they can correct bad habits early on before you ingrain them and begin try to work around them. The third thing that I'm going to encourage you to do is this. No matter what happens, don't get discouraged and quit. I'm going to say to you this, Bob. I had recently began taking up shooting again in the late 1990s. After a long period, I had a family and kids and just couldn't really devote the resources to shooting. And so I started back, and I remember driving back home from a match one day, and I said, I've either got to get better or I'm going to quit. And I just knew that I couldn't stand this horrible performance that I had any longer. Well, let me assure you of something. Every shooter pays their dues. That's why we keep score. That's why we have rankings. Everyone has to be bad before you can be good. And the ones that work at it, the ones that stay with it, the ones that ask questions, the ones that want to get better will. Everyone else will compete. I want to leave you with a thought. The person who goes to the match and competes and comes in dead last has my respect and beat everyone who stayed at home and typed on the internet about what a badass they are with their handgun.
There you have it. John Holdaway of Nighthawk Custom Training Academy. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Bob.